And welcome to another instalment of Teachers Teaching Board Games to Board Children.
That's the one.
Yeah, I got there eventually.
Yeah.
I'm here again with the lovely Mr. Raisin. I'm the lovely Mr. Jenkins. Nobody's going to question those comments ever.
No.
It's pretty true.
Yeah.
And we're having a game that I got from Christmas, and then some extra parts of it that I got for my birthday. It is a game based on something that's very dear to mine and Mr. Raisin's hearts.
Yes.
And it's called Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's Mr. Raisin's first go at it.
That's right. So I'm learning as we're going, so I'll ask Mr. Jenkins questions as we go along, because it seems like there's lots of things happening.
Yep.
We'll see how we go.
So you'll learn it with the protagonist, like every very, very, very well written high fantasy novel. Shall we get started?
We shall.
So this is the game board, which is not really a board, it's just a tabletop with pieces on it. And Mr. Raisin and I have chosen two teams. He's gone the Avengers.
Yes.
And he's got, I don't know whether you can see very well, but there's some very cool minis there. We've got Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Captain America, and Black Panther.
They do look very nice. They're very cool.
And I've got an Guardians of the Galaxy, with a bit of a mashup, because I've got Hulk and Captain Marvel in there, because they've both been to space, so I figure it works. And I've got Star-Lord, Groot, and the tiny little rocket. And we're playing two scenarios. They are Gamma Wave sweeps across Midwest, and Fear grips world as worthy terrorized cities. They're really long scenario names.
Yeah.
The aim of the game is within the 6 rounds. We are going to try and get to 16 victory points. You gain 16 victory points by controlling gamma shelters or having the celestial hammers. So that's
cool.
The objective. And the game is played over 3 turns. The power phase, activation phase, and cleanup phase. And I think we'll get started. So the first thing we'll do is Mr. Raisin and I are going to roll our dice. Whoever gets the most hits will get priority in the first round, and they'll get to go first. So I've got 1.
Which ones are hits? Those ones. 2.
And also the crits will count. So Mr. Raisin's got 5
5.
hits. So I think Mr. Raisin has earned priority there by being quite tinny.
Should I defer to you because you know what's going on? Is that going to...
It shouldn't matter too much,
cool.
because we go one by one anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're having our turns at the same time-ish.
At the same time, it's just, you
Swap
just get
characters.
to move the first character
Gotcha.
first.
Yep.
So the first thing we do is we get our power phase, and we give each of our heroes or characters, 'cause sometimes you can play with villains, 1 energy, except for Thor.
He gets 2.
Gets 2, because he is...
The God of Thunder.
That's right. And Hulk, because of his inner rage special rule, he gets 3. So
What?
Yep, that's right, Devastation. Hulk is very expensive. He's worth 6 threat level, the most on the board. Thor's worth 5. Everybody else is weak by comparison.
Yes. So
All plebs.
got some cool people out here.
We do. So energy we use to do different things, such as using superpowers and special types of attacks, which you'll see as the game goes forward. Each character sheet, this one is just a Venom, if you can zoom in on that lovely camera lady. There's a healthy side and an injured side, and you can see there's lots of different actions that you can perform as these characters.
It's very complex.
It is quite complex, but once we get going, it's fairly straightforward once you understand the mechanics.
I'm keen.
Alrighty, we've done our power phase.
Yep.
Now it's the activation phase, so you
Yes.
choose which character you would like to go first.
Well, I mean, Thor's the coolest guy, and I would like to move him first.
That's valid.
Okay. So Thor's a medium.
He moves medium, so you use the medium movement tool.
Okay. Now, strategically, my brain's already working. Now I put the medium here.
Yeah, it'll hook onto his base with a curve on it. So
Yes.
perfect like that.
Cool.
You can also move it so it moves.
Different
Yeah,
directions.
divots, so you can go.
So I could move him slightly towards this.
Or you can do these things as well to
Oh,
move around
cool.
things. Not that you want to yet,
They turn.
but
No.
it is a cool little function.
That is a cool function. All right. Well, I will just go straight ahead with Thor.
And now you get a second action.
Yes.
So I would, in this instance, typically just move again.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you can just move.
You can move twice, yeah.
Yep.
Or you can do 2 attacks. Anything you can do more than once, provided you've got the energy, the power, and it doesn't require more power than
Should I try and get Thor to get that?
You could, or you could send somebody
It's
else.
going to be
there.
easier to get somebody else to go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would it be more beneficial for Thor to have it?
much of a muchness, I
Cool.
guess.
Alright, I'll just move ahead.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong with that. That would be reasonable. And you got Black Panther and Black Widow well positioned to come up and get this one because they move long.
Yes, nice.
And you might want to go Thor and Cap and Iron Man to there. Iron Man is a good person at the back.
Yes.
Because he's got range.
He does. I saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
2 range attacks, which are very nice.
So now I'm going to let's put that F so it's actually somewhere useful. And
That's the end of Thor's moves.
that's the end of Thor's activation. Now we have our team tactic cards. I'm going to use one early on straight away
You are a monster.
because it's perfect for this. It's called Gamma Launch, and what I do is I pay 3 energy with Hulk,
Yes.
and I get to throw one of my allies range 5.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. So it costs a bit of energy and I use it straight away, but it gets somebody to where I need them to go early. So I'm going to go boom there like that, and then he only moves medium. So I'm going to, now because I'm activating him,
Yep.
move medium, and I don't have to go around the terrain because he's got flight. Because he's rocket
nice.
boots as one of his innate things.
Oh, so
does-
do a few of my people. Yep.
You've got Iron Man and
Thor,
Thor,
both can
and I've
fly.
also got Captain Marvel who can do that.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to here, and now he counts as being in cover even though he's behind those things. If you're within range 2, cover doesn't count.
Yep.
So he's got one of the spiritual hammers which gives me some VP. Your turn, Mr. Easy.
Okay. All right. Should I just move down the line? I
Oh,
think
you can do it any which way.
I'm going to go Black Widow. All right. So that she moves long.
Yep.
Start her moving up towards. Now, how close do I have to be to the hammer to?
Within range 2, so you could potentially pick that up or you could leave it for somebody else.
Sure. Does it matter?
Doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it gets a bonus. I don't normally like picking up things for Black Widow
Yeah.
because she's got low life.
Yep.
She can be good if it's an objective that's far away, but somebody else like Iron Man or Cap is going to be a bit bulkier and they're going to get that.
Yep. All right. I might
Anyway.
say for one of them, in which case I might jump her further ahead
Yep.
towards this building.
And she is also, it's base to base, so if you move her just slightly that way, then I cannot see her and I can't target her for an attack even if I'm in range.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Black Widow's moved twice. I can't see. I can't do much about that.
Yep.
I do not believe I'm going to get to that before Black Panther does. So do I bother? I don't know. Tough questions. No answers. I'm going to activate Groot.
Yep.
I'm going to move the Groot. Small. Okay, so far I think, Mr. Rosen, you're enjoying the game?
I'm enjoying the game very much, Mr. J.
We are halfway through on our round tracker, and it's very close. We've had 3 heroes dazed each, so I've lost Groot, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, all in that turn. Mr. Raisin lost Black Widow earlier, but she's back on her feet, and Thor and Black Panther have been knocked down. Here we've got this heavily contested. There's 2 each from each hero, so nobody's got that one, and Black Widow is controlling that one down there. I've got 3 of the Celestial Hammers, and Mr. Raisin's got 1. So currently I'm winning 10-7 on victory points, but it's very even Stevens, and there's a whole mess of things happening here.
There he is.
So this is where the battle's happening in earnest, and it'll be really interesting to see how we go. I've used 2 of my team tactic cards. Mr. Raisin has used one of his, so
Yes.
they could play a factor going down the
Keep
stretch.
forgetting that they are there.
That's right. So very interesting here. We've been playing for a bit over an hour.
Yep.
And we've probably got at least half an hour to go. It's a long game.
It's exciting. Let's keep going.
Controlling that.
Yep.
Everybody else who is standing up is within 1, so nobody takes an additional damage from that.
Yep.
So we just go to our power phase.
What about Rocket?
He was knocked out.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Everybody's going to gain some energies for that.
Feels like forever since the start of that last.
Oh,
Oh, Thor. I'm so excited.
I'm terrified of Thor right now.
I'm terrified of Hulk and Black Panther actually. They've both got heaps.
You should be terrified of Hulk right
No,
now.
don't do anything. No, don't attack Thor. Stop.
I can take him. He's not quite in range.
Yes.
Yes. But I can always Gamma Leap, and that's what I'll do to get 2 attacks against him.
No, he's got 8 health this time though.
He does, that's true.
Well, if you kill him before I can do anything, I'm going to be devastated.
Maybe I'll Hulk smash Iron Man first and then throw Iron Man into Thor and then see how I'm going. Let's do that. So. The final view of the game at the end of round 5. Mr. Raisin still got Captain America, Black Widow and Iron Man, a few of the originals. Star-Lord's still around just with 1 health left, but we've lost on VP, so the Avengers take it.
Yes, it's a win for Mr. Raisin and his ultimate team. There was a few really good rounds where we had a few good successes from Hulk, which he took out a lot of stuff for Mr. J, but then Black Panther killed Captain Marvel and Groot in 1 turn, and it was too much for Mr. J to come back from.
It was a game changer.
It was.
It was a huge turn.
Yep,
well
so-
played by Mr. Raisin.
Definitely Black Panther MVP.
Yeah. Thor was huge as well, Hulk was huge, but yeah, Black Panther, that turn just swung the tide.
It did.
Beginner's luck for Mr. Raisin, I won't say because he played it extremely well.
Yeah,
And I
Mr.
must
J
admit-
did help me as well, so you know.
Yeah, I must admit I was outplayed in the end, but
Yep.
it was a good close game until that huge turn from
It
BP,
was. It
or
was.
Catman as Mr. Raisin likes to call it. Okay, so we hope you enjoyed our latest instalment of Teachers Teaching Board Games to Board Children.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really
it
good.
was really fun. It is a really expensive game, this one. Its starting pack is about $130 and then more to get more models.
Yeah.
So it's not a hugely accessible game and it is pretty complicated in terms of rules. But if you're into Marvel superheroes and you've got a bit of practice in games, you'd probably be up your alley.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Raisin. Congratulations, Elbow Bump.
Thank you, Mr. J.